returned victorious, yes? I hope you enjoyed the match. I have played countless games of both luck and skill. And truly, Tales of Tribute is the best by far. So, now you claim membership in the Gonfalon chapter of the Roysters Club, a fraternity of tribute players committed to fair play and stiff competition. As an official Royster, you will gain access to a host of opponents and decks of your very own. Oh, countless rewards. With each victory, you will rise higher in the club rankings, do well enough, and you may even earn the right to challenge the club's founders, the creators of the game itself. So what do you say? Will you join us? Then, it is my honor to furnish you with your first pair of decks, and welcome you wholeheartedly to the Gonfalon chapter of the Roysters Club. May good fortune shine on you, my friend. I am eager to see you put those cards to good use. You joined the Roysters Club at an opportune time. Smaller club chapters are preparing for a series of tournaments, ours included. The contest will not begin for some time, though, so I suggest you get some more practice in the meantime. The gaming hall provides a wealth of opportunities for Roysters Club members. Why not look around and familiarize yourself with them? Bragas can make the proper introductions. Speak with Soren, too. She's another protege of mine. As in all things, the best way to improve is through doing. Set out and find new opponents. Win or lose, your skills will grow and your strategies will sharpen. Once you establish yourself in the beginner's circuit, return to me for a reward. Remember, in these early days, winning and losing mean little. Regardless of a match's outcome, you must see every game as an opportunity to hone your skills. It may sound nonsensical, but sometimes losing is the surest route to improvement. I would be happy to. The tournament started informally. Premier players like myself and Talib Fells gathered in major cities to match wits and sharpen our game. The Roysters Club leadership caught wind of it and began sponsoring official events. Well, many of the players who participated in those early matches went on to form teams which, in the fullness of time, became club-sponsored chapters. Now those chapters compete against one another in groups. It is better to share a victory, yes? A grand prize, yes. The Roysters Club and city governments all contribute to a weighty purse. But in truth, the greatest tribute players compete for pride and glory, not coin. And the revels, of course. The Gonfalon chapter loves to celebrate. No, my friend, I have achieved all that I set out to achieve at the tournament level. Now, I prefer to observe, teach, and celebrate my pupils' victories. Mostly the celebrating part. With luck and determination, we may raise a glass to you someday.
Bragas, I told you, I can't do that. You know the rules. Those days are behind me.
Of course.
Just trying to help out my friends. No worries, alright?
It's our newest recruit. You made the right choice signing up here. The Gonfalon chapters produce some of the best tribute players in, well, Gonfalon Bay. That's why we're bound to start winning again, eventually. Yeah, of course. We should start with rankings. Look around. Every player you see has a place in the Roysters Club rankings based on their experience. That rank determines who they can and can't challenge. It's banded, see? Like a layer cake. You're just starting out, so you're at the novice rank. As a novice, you can take on other novices, but not higher tier players. Oh, don't fret. You'll square off against a game baron soon enough. Rising in the rankings is just a matter of experience. Just challenge another novice here in the gaming hall. Get a real game under your belt, not just a bib and diaper match where Bragas lets you win. Oh, not that that's what happened with you. Oh dear. Just go play a game and let me know how it went. Remember, everybody's got to start somewhere. Win, lose, it doesn't matter. Just focus on learning the game, getting into the rhythm, right? I'll cheer you on from here. It's not every day I get to see an aspiring champion cut their teeth. You saw that? It's nothing, really. Bragas just gets a bit of swagger when he hits a hot streak. He's been winning a lot recently, so he offered to get me in at the ground floor. Tip me off to sure things so I can make a bet and such. Are you kidding? He hates it. He tries his best to curb Bragas' antics, but we're getting to the point where he's ready to let that elf learn his lessons the hard way. Sometimes you have to hit the bottom before you can rise back up to the top. Perceptive. Listen, your focus should be on the fun of tribute. I'm not going to drag you through the details of my sordid past. We'd be here all day. Just get out there.
Ignore the rumors, Walker. This one never cheats at tribute. The truly clever never need to. Ah, Walker, you wish to play tribute, yes? Of course you do.
a worthy opponent.
Not bad for your first game. Not bad. Better than my first, that's for sure. I did see you hesitate once or twice. If you need a refresher on the rules, you can always check the rulebook downstairs at the bar. She's the Mooney Khajiit downstairs. Kishka and her brother create daily challenges for the
This Kishka brought you. Forgive this one's baby brother. He was weeping about. Wait, what was he? Never mind. Welcome to the club. This one assumes you seek new challenges and amazing rewards. This is true, yes? If so, you have come to the right place. Yes, and what fragrant challenges they are. Each day, Kishka creates new tasks for rank and renown. One will pit you against the common folk of Tamriel. The other will set you against card-playing adventurers like yourself. I offer only 2 challenges per day, but you can earn sweeter prizes by winning multiple matches. Small rewards for a single win, fine prizes for 2, and a grand bounty for 3. Kishka will also make sure your rank soars if you participate. Ha! You would fill your purse with heaps of tiny baubles? No, Walker. As this one said, you can win 1 match for a tiny... Forgive this one's baby. Yes, and what fragrant challenges they are. Each day, I offer only 2 challenges per... Ha! You would fill your purse with heaps of tiny baubles? No, it is Kishka's pleasure. Come back soon, yes? This one's grand challenges will be waiting. Now, you should go find Bragas. He is out on the seaside patio, most likely. Kishka is very busy doing... something. What was Kishka doing again? Zispo.
For across the aisles and for a while we've had a source of pride. Noble are the knightly orders, we in name there are. Through epic poems their deeds are known in lands both near and far. Oh, the orders of the sisters, they lie so close at hand. Let's take account and raise a glass to our merry bands. The albatross, it sails the waves while iron sallies forth. The oaken knights know ancient ways, and none of them are coarse.
Sailors, nothing but salt and steel in their wake.
Listen here, give me your ear, the sapphire tourney comes. From every nook by sea and foot, and not a one is glum. Aspirants head to old Navir, hailing from near and far. To joust and ride and sing with pride, with hopes they'll be a star. Oh, the orders of the sisters, they lie so close at hand. Let's take account and raise a glass to our merry bands. The albatross, it sails the waves while iron sallies forth. The oaken knights know ancient ways, and each a fearsome force. Whomever wins the tourney on the final day, be they could be you, come tell us true. But this quick verse is done. Oh, the orders of the sisters, they lie so close at hand. Let's take account and raise a glass to our merry bands. The albatross, it sails the waves while iron sallies forth. The oaken knights know ancient ways. Now quick, where is my horse?
Can't take those stairs like I used to. Maybe I can run the kitchen instead. Sailors, leave nothing but salt and spew in their wake.
What sickness came unto our shores from across the Grecian sea? The good folk shook the bad folk sighed and told this tale to me. Dead, dead, so many dead, from daggerfall to doom. It was the slug plague, they said, and blamed the slow for our ruin. Our rulers cried out that all was lost, but not the Anvil King. He boarded his ship and raised the sails, and sailors began to sing. The all flags, was led by the Anvil King. Of its ships and sailors we sing the all flags. They fell in line from far and wide, the heroes heeded his call. Breton, Redguard, Elf, and more, their fleet headed into a squall. They sailed the stormy sea as one to crush a terrible foe. They braved red skies and thunderous waves as deadly storms did blow. The all flags, was led by the Anvil King. Of its ships and sailors we sing the all flags.
Right, that's settled. I hope you... I admit it, I didn't expect to see you again. But your three friends finally came back to pay their bill. They even added a little extra for all the trouble. Unlike some people in this room, I remember to pay my debts when they're due. These three ninnies came back and paid what they owed. So here's the scepter. You should tell your friends to use more common sense in the future. your friend Rigard happened. First, he bought the High Elf rock meth, thinking it was a taste of home for her. After that, he tried to get a sugary dessert for the orc and mistook a skooma dealer in the back room for one of my staff. The skooma dealer gave Rigard something for his friend the orc, all right. Rigard decided that settled the bill. He came back and told the others he'd taken care of it. They were both far too drunk to sort it out. Ninnies, all of them.
I am positively mortified. In all my years of diplomatic work, I have never been involved in such a scene. I would be in your debt if you could convince Rigard to never bring this up again. Look, it's embarrassing enough without you rubbing it in. We drank far too much. Rigard bought me rot meth, thinking it was a taste of home and not some nasty wood elf swill, and I downed it without even looking to see what it was. Because Rigard kept buying them. It's the first rule of diplomacy. Don't embarrass your host by refusing what they give you. But the second rule is don't make your guest drink like a wood elf pirate. Evidently, Rigard didn't know that.
I have one more favor to ask, friend. Could we try to keep this whole business just between us? I'm kind of new at this, you see. I was just appointed to the Covenant's delegation, and I'm worried they'll send me home if I foul it up. I didn't even want dessert. We'd been eating and drinking all night. And since we'd been talking about cakes earlier in the evening, Rigard must have thought I had a sweet tooth. I was even more surprised than the guard when he found the skooma. It wasn't my finest hour. I may have relieved myself against a building along the way. And when the guard spoke sharply to me about that, I argued back at him. You know the rest of the tale.
My bestest friend. Thanks to your help, I can commit diplomacy again. Everyone here will know that they have been diplomatized by Rigard the Brush. But I still have no idea how things got so out of hand. Everyone was so upset. Diplomacy is hard work. I bought special drinks for Tanilin, but they made her sick. I ordered dessert for Olganash and tried to pay for dinner. Olganash got arrested, and the innkeeper kept my scepter. Now, I don't know what high elves like to drink, and I'm not sure why that man gave me a bag of skooma when I wanted something for my friend Olganash. I only wanted him to have good time. I am stumbled. Did Marisette Lemaitre have my scepter of office? Thank you, friend. I am official large delegate again. Just think of the great diplomatic triumphs that are sure to come because you helped me. I do not have much gold left in purse, but what I have is yours. Another diplomatic success. Thank you, friends, for an unforgettable night.
It was certainly a, well, unique experience.
Agreed. It was unique. Let's all agree to never speak of it again.
You have a look about you. Some sort of quality that's rare to find. And trust me, I'm never wrong about these sort of things. Can I interest you in a room at the local inn? Actually, wait, that came. Look, empty rooms are just bad for business. The upkeep alone costs me more than the place is worth. But I think we can come to a sort of arrangement. And not the sort of arrangement that involves a few drinks. Let me be clear about that. I need someone to improve the reputation of my properties. A hero type who people look up to. And I have a feeling about you. You've done something great and are probably on the way to do something greater. Seems like we can help each other here. Excellent. You won't regret this decision, I swear. Here's the deed and key to the room. Took me a while, but I finally was able to take them back from the last tenant. Required more time in the sewers than I had hoped for, but hey, that's business. Hope the room is to your liking. With your reputation, I'm sure you shouldn't have any trouble with the neighbors. If you do, remember death threats are not the way to go. Had a spot of trouble when my last tenant started sending those out. No, just make yourself at home. Spruce things up a bit. Honestly, I can't wait to see how you arrange the place. Hopefully you'll end up with a few less Daedric shrines than another former tenant of mine. Like 0. 0 is a good number. Oh, what a relief. I can't tell you how hard it is to wash bloodstains off of cobble floors. But that's not even the worst of it. I've had tenants cram their rooms with the wildest things. Mounts, foliage, assistants. I mean, it's an in-room. I own this and several other properties throughout Tamriel. It pays to diversify. Of course, that means I've got to look out for a variety of troubles, too. But hey, no one ever said the real estate business was easy.
You've a determined air about you, stranger. Could I persuade you to help deal with the active volcanic vents that are popping up across the islands? Volcanic activity on the island seems to be reaching dangerous levels. If something isn't done to quell the forces at work, we're all going to be swimming in lava. The Stonelore Circle druids are trying to stop it, but we need help. Get to the active volcanic vent and disrupt the activity there. It will buy us time, but be careful. There are many molten beasts crawling all over the place. You'll need a group to get through them. What do you say? Thanks for helping with this. You look strong, and I'll bet you've got strong friends too. You'll set this mess to rights in no time. There are 3 distinct circles around the Sisters' Isles. I'm a member of the Stonelore Circle. We are a friendly sort and tend to get along well with the other residents of High Isle. Not so with the Eldertide Circle. They are small, but hostile. The Fire Song Circle. They are the oldest of the circles, but I do not wish to speak of them. It must seem strange to you. When I first traveled here, I found their Stonelore Circle's work intriguing. I began to believe that Ifra is but a shepherd of Sithis' will. Change adheres to natural laws, after all. Trees fall down, not up, yes? They did not turn me away. Acceptance is not the core of my interest, at any rate. I consider myself a druid, but there may be some who disagree. Regardless, they have allowed me to seek help for the vents on their behalf, so here I am. I mentioned you're going to need a group. This is a big job, much too large for just one person. You need to get to the vent and do whatever you can to defeat the druids encouraging it to erupt. Any forces they have at play must be destroyed.
You're a new face. Must be here about the notice, am I right? Of course I'm right. If you need work and aren't too concerned about the risks, then we should talk. I assure you I'm a fully sanctioned representative of the Gonfalon Bay authorities. Oh, you misunderstand. I'm not the hirer, just an agent. More of an administrator, really. I make sure the job brokers are on the up and up. Speak to Waylode, Paris Plouffe, or Druid Pisca. They hire adventurers on a daily basis. Curiosity, with a dash of prudence. Good qualities for an adventurer. Means you'll live longer. All right, who do you want me to tell you about? Waylode represents business interests in Gonfalon Bay. They're more than willing to pay for an adventurer's help to acquire items or gather components from specific locations. A single adventurer can usually handle these tasks on their own. Sometimes the Sisters Guard and the various knightly orders need a little help, especially with the terrible monsters that lurk in the island's wild places. Paris recruits adventurers for these tough jobs. You'll need a group to deal with these. We've been having issues with lava fissures recently. They appear in various places, spew molten rock and strange creatures, and create a danger for the area. Druid Pisca can tell you more. I recommend you form a group to deal with these threats. Easy as piercing a gore apple with my tusk. If you prefer to work alone, go see Waylode. If you want to work as part of a group, then talk to either Paris or Druid Pisca. Here's a modest advance to show how serious we are about these opportunities. Remember, Waylode provides jobs you can handle on your own, while Paris and Druid Pisca deal in work that requires a group to complete safely. You'll be paid handsomely for every task you complete. I guarantee it. I did indeed. There are important happenings going on right now. So important, even I don't know all the details. But that means the guards and the knights are extremely busy. So the nobles sent me to oversee the job brokers and recruit help. Well, if it concerns High Isle, House du Fort usually foots the bill. If there's trouble on Aminos, that's mostly a concern for House Mornard. And the druids of the Stonelore Circle have thrown in the gold for the lava fissure problem. That's not really in my sphere of influence. But the noble houses and the Society of the Steadfast are gathering delegates for some sort of meeting here on High Isle. Whatever's going on, it's got the guards and the knightly orders hopping.
They are traitors to the memory of Admiros.
Welcome, adventurer. If you're looking for work and prefer to handle jobs on your own. Welcome, adventurer. If you're looking for work and prefer to handle jobs on your own, you've come to the right broker. Just let me know if you're interested. Then we are the perfect pair. Borzadar, a page from House du Fort, brought word that his lord requires someone to enter Breakwater Cave on the southern coast of High Isle and destroy crates of supplies stolen by Hadalids. Yes, destroy, not recover. Aquatic creatures of an ill nature, unpleasant. Suppose that's why they'd rather destroy the supplies than have them returned. But Borzadar is at the Ancient Anchor Inn if you want more details. Can I count on you for this task? Be careful out there. More than one adventurer has underestimated the dangers of our fair archipelago. Return to me when the job is complete and your pay will be waiting. That depends on who requests the work. Personally, I am an employee of House du Fort. They more or less run things here on High Isle. But I represent merchants, knightly orders, and wealthy individuals who require help and have the gold to pay.
Care to take on a job that requires a group of...
orders of the sisters, they lie so close.
Traveler. I thought those vile knights had returned. Forgive me, I must continue praying for the return of our idol. Without it, this tower's light will remain dark. This lighthouse is special. It's blessed by Kinnereth, the god of winds and sea. No fire serves as a beacon for nearby ships, but the divine light of Kinnereth herself. But without the sacred idol, the light cannot shine. Alas, the idol was stolen. Knights in unmarked livery broke in and stole the Kinnereth idol. I watched the scoundrels flee to the west with the sacred edifice. Perhaps, dare I ask, would you be willing to recover the idol for the lighthouse so I may restore the beacon? They may wear the garb of knights, but the ruffians who assaulted me carry themselves like robbers and outlaws. Whoever they are, they're dangerous. Be wary of them, and may the wind guide you. Bless you, traveler. Please understand, to my order, this is more than just a lighthouse. This beacon spreads Kinnereth's blessing across both land and sea, but only with the idol in place, so it must be returned. It is marvelous, is it not? This is actually the second beacon to stand atop Gonfalon Head. It dates back to the early 1st century. When I assumed my duties here, the tower was in poor repair. Dangerous, even. When Duchess Alea Dufort assumed her father's duties a few years ago, she ordered a complete renovation of the structure. I'm sure she wanted to protect trade in Gonfalon Bay, but she spared no expense in rebuilding the lighthouse. return, and with the idol. Place it here, and I shall call Mother Kinnereth. This traveler has set right the desecration of this holy place. Return to us your blessing, and let your light shine over the land and sea. I cannot thank you enough. With the idol returned and the light restored, we can ensure the safe passage of many a weary traveler. Is there any way a priest of humble means could repay you? A blessing, perhaps? Shortly after the lighthouse was pillaged, I spied 3 ships on the horizon. Then suddenly, the clouds darkened, and a terrible storm began to blow in. I lost sight of the ships after that. Perhaps they were simply blown off course? Aminos is notorious for its storms, but Kinnereth generally blesses High Isle with fair weather. I wonder, the way the storm swept in seemed unnatural, and it happened so soon after Kinnereth's idol was removed. The idol has little value outside the lighthouse. Its light does not shine in any other location. My order believes Kinnereth's light blesses High Isle. Why steal the idol unless the knights meant to revoke her protection? A troubling thought indeed.
House du Fort seeks able Marine. Seeking a commission with the Honorable House du Fort? We need able hands to rid the Sisters of a menace we've endured for too long. We are prosecuting a war against the Dreadsail pirate fleet, and the Admiral ordered me to gather as many capable fighters as I can muster for a landing party. You can use the dinghy there to ferry your party to the flotilla's flagship, the Loft Empyrean. Report to Purser Ashcroft, and she'll see that you're accounted for. Just that it's incredibly dangerous. The Dreadsails are some of the nastiest pirates we've ever seen, and their pillaging has gotten out of control in recent months. And it's no wonder the Admiral is out for blood.
Attention, Marine. There's fighting to be done.
Reporting in? Not a moment too soon. Got you marked down. Make sure your compatriots are all here as well. Timing will be everything if this mission is to succeed. Arrival confirmed. I'll make certain your pay is waiting for you when you return. One less worry to have on your mind before a large-scale battle. Are you ready to get started?
Let me have a look at you, Marine. Yes, you'll make a fine addition to the assault force. We only have time to land a few of you, so every fighter we send has to count for 10. The death or capture of Talaria, the fleet queen of the Dreadsail pirates. She's the linchpin holding those bloodthirsty sea elves together, and the greatest obstacle standing between our navy and the elimination of these pirates. Once the Dufort flotilla has engaged the Dreadsail fleet, this vessel will take you within striking distance of their island base. Make landfall, find Talaria, and subdue her before she can bring her magic to bear on our ships. We'll be engaging the enemy momentarily. Prepare as you need and get on deck. This ship will be a sitting duck until you're underway, so make it quick. She's the scourge of the Sisters Archipelago, one of the Sea Elves' most powerful conjurers, a sea mage. Her storms have sunk many a warship in pursuit of her fleet, but we hope cornering her on land may tip the scales in our favor. I've had the misfortune of clashing with her fleet on many occasions. We've lost more ships to her waves and gales than to honest warfare. The only way this attack stands any chance of success is if you stop her. We've only spied it from afar. It's a craggy rock full of tunnels that these wharf rats have turned into a warren. We'll get you as close as we can, where the shallows are full of jagged rocks and coral waiting to take a bite of our hull. Our flotilla will do its best to draw the Sea Elves' attention, but you should expect scores of pirates to stand between you and the Fleet Queen. They'll also have trained sea beasts at their beck and call. Victory will be hard won. They've been a nuisance for years, but the losses suffered going after them always outweighed the benefits of victory. That changed in recent months. The dread sails have been striking waterways all over the Sisters in small, well-coordinated groups. Aye. Teleria has split her fleet into small attack groups to hit as many shipping lanes as she can. We've tried to catch them out in smaller numbers, but their groups maneuver in perfect concert with each other.
Reporting in? Not a moment. Arrival? Good, good. Admiral Galvandir will brief you on your mission himself. It is of the highest importance. And don't forget to make use of the resources here in the hold. Take every advantage we can give you. There's a lot of logistics involved in a naval battle, especially while launching a beach assault. I don't think you'll be able to offer any insight worth my time at the moment. Dreadsail Reef. The Dreadsail Pirate Fleet's island hideaway. It's small, but the shallows are treacherous to navigate, even without their sea mages meddling with the wind and tide. Oh, if you've never had the misfortune of crossing a Maomer sea mage, you're in for an unpleasant surprise. I hear the Dreadsail leader is an especially powerful one. I've heard she's sunk countless ships with her storms.
When I was assigned to the Dufort flag...
I supplied warship.
I can't believe
You've
you
caught me at a
drank
busy
our
time.
entire stock.
May, where's your proof? Just because I woke up in a pile of bottles
doesn't mean I'm guilty. Those could have been gotten there in any number of ways.
When I was younger, I watched the druids sing to the fishes. Now the druid songs are quiet.
Hello there.
I'm in the middle of something.
Back so soon? Can I assume? Excellent. Borzadar and House Dufort will be pleased to hear that. I don't think the Count or Duchess could stand the thought of those foul creatures contaminating their property. Here's your pay. I'll have more work for you in the future, I'm sure. No more work today, my friend. Seek me out later, and we can come to a new arrangement.
Good. You found my field office. I thought I'd keep an eye on the lock while awaiting your report. My own investigations have turned up little about our missing ships. Tell me, did you uncover anything useful? Did the lighthouse keepers darken the beacon? The locals revere that light. Who would dare offend Kinrith in such a way? Something is indeed wrong here. At least our missing ships reached these waters, but this storm worries me. Tell me more about the rogue knights. The Ascendant Order? Here? I heard rumors of knights troubling folk outside of town, but I had no idea they were the culprits. I've had dealings with the Order before. This doesn't bode well. Tell me, did you learn anything at the Shallows? It seems the Ascendant Order knew the ships would be wrecked, and they helped make sure by extinguishing the lighthouse beacon. They knew my cargo was coming to High Isle. This means the Fighters Guild and Mages Guild delegates are in danger too. Ah, you caught that, did you? My missing cargo is more delegates for the conference, perhaps the most important ones. But I need you to check on the guild delegates right now.
They went to visit a druid named Ravana. Her hut lies to the west. The Ascendant Order models itself after other knightly orders, but they're nothing but terrorists. They claim to stand against those who would subjugate the nations of Tamriel under Imperial rule, but I suspect they plan to take power for themselves. They are well-funded and have a strong presence on the mainland. They proclaim a powerful message about greedy rulers and costly wars, but it's mostly rhetoric. Not that the common folk see that. Our conference makes a tempting target, I'm sure. Valencia of the Mages Guild is a dear friend. We shared a few adventures when she was starting out, and I called upon her when I needed help with a conference. She enchanted the invitation medallions the delegates require to attend the conference. I only met Guild General Quentin when he arrived. He seems to have a good head on his shoulders, but the war has cost him dearly. He lost his wife in a raid. I understand why the Fighters Guild chose to send him to the conference. Her name is Ravana. She's something of a local apothecary. She uses her skill with herbs and healing to help the folk of High Isle. With the conference delayed, Valencia was curious about druidic magic, so off she went. Quentin decided to tag along.
Greetings, traveler. Is there something I can do for you? Do you need a poultice or perhaps an herbal tea? Ah, yes. The curious mage and the stern warrior. They stopped by. When I mentioned that rogue knights had been making the countryside dangerous, they decided to investigate. I told them where I'd last seen the knights and they set out at once. A clearing to the southwest. I'll mark the spot on your map. I saw a band of the knights gathering there the last time I went out to gather herbs. They forced me to retreat without them. I warned Valencia and Quentin it might be dangerous. Oh, you'll find druids throughout the Sisters Archipelago. Not too many on the mainland, though. Long ago, we druids left Tamriel and its troubles behind us. But here, our ancient ways survived. Our forebears among the Bretons believed civilization should live alongside nature, not tame it. In the early years of the Direni hegemony, they struggled for the soul of High Rock. They lost. Driven into exile, the Druids left to seek a place where they could live according to their beliefs. Their wanderings brought them to the Sisters. The followers of the Weird remained behind. They walked a different path than the Druids. We follow the old ways. Some call us priests of Ifre, but that is only part of our truth. We are children of the land, like the Weird, guides and teachers to those who live in harmony with nature. People were not meant to bow before crowns of metal. Our people, the Breton people, went astray when they forgot the ways of nature. Stone walls and empty titles separate folk from the true way. We help them remember what their ancestors once knew. Some circles see it differently, of course. Circles are fellowships of like-minded druids. Each interprets Ifre's will differently, but druids of the same circle share common traditions and goals. I belong to the Stonelore Circle. We seek to teach others by the example of our work. Yes, travel far enough in the archipelago and you may meet druids of the Eldertide or Firesong circles. Although the Firesong rarely leave their island, and you should be wary of the Eldertide. They do not like city folk or mainlanders. The Weird are Breton witches. They follow teachings and practices that share a common ancestry with the druids. Whereas we left the mainland, they remained behind to safeguard the forests of High Rock.
Over here. I could use some help. You're the one Lady Arabelle spoke to at the docks, aren't you? You volunteered to help investigate the ships that failed to reach port. It's good to see a friendly face. Guild General Quentin accompanied me to visit Druid Ravana. When she told us about rogue knights in the area, Quentin was eager to investigate. It was the Ascendant Order. They overpowered Quentin and knocked me senseless. They captured Quentin. I don't think so. The Ascendant Order was definitely trying to take us alive. That's the only reason I had the opportunity to throw up a shroud spell and avoid being captured myself. Did you come out here to find us? And Ravana told you where to find us. Good. Now, we must rescue Quentin. I may have a way to find where the Ascendant Order took him, but we should get to safety first. Meet me back at Druid Ravana's hut. No. We came upon them just as they were finishing an attack on a caravan. But I assume they recognized us or decided our station warranted capture rather than elimination. But you came with a warning, didn't you? What did you find out? Wrecked the ships? How in oblivion could they coordinate such a thing? Clearly, the Ascendant Order is aware of the plans for Lord Baccaro's conference. They're here in force and causing more trouble than we anticipated. If they recognized us as delegates, there's all sorts of ways they could hold that over the conference. If they just assume we're rich nobles, ransom is always an option. But who can really say what those helmeted bastards are thinking? Lady Arabelle and I had dealt with them on the mainland. The Order tried to stop the conference by striking at delegates before they even left Tamriel. We stopped them, but not before the previous guild delegate was killed. Then they appointed me. I came to talk to Ravana about arcane and related topics, and Quentin decided to tag along. When Ravana told us about rogue knights, I feared it might be the Ascendant Order. Quentin wanted to investigate. Turned out I was right.